Happy Halloween, everyone. Herman, should we show them our show?
Yes, we are the Munsters.
Take a look. Oh, and that's our very normal daughter, right? They had
Marilyn, played by Pat Priest, right? Come on in, Grandpa. Come out of the laboratory.
Hi, Grandpa.
It's Al Lewis, ladies and gentlemen.
Otherwise known as Cortlandt Hall, because he has all of these fabulous costumes from the Witch's Dungeon. You have Hollywood folklore just right here in Bristol, Connecticut, that we can see everything.
Yes, we do. We have original movie props and makeups that were actually used in the films.
Darn, darn, darn. Isn't that what Herman Munster always used to say?
Absolutely.
And so tell us a little bit about the show, the Munsters itself, because it was a classic.
The show was done at Universal Studios, and they made some of the classic horror films of the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And so they had the same makeup artists that worked on those films do the characters for the Munsters.
Isn't that incredible?
It started in 1964, and it ran to 65. It was only on 2 seasons.
Isn't it crazy? It's 2 seasons, and yet it lived on. I mean, people all ages in our newsroom have seen it in reruns, or now it's on YouTube.
The seasons were very different from the seasons today.
Oh, yes. They were around 27, 28 episodes a season.
20? That's a lot of shows. So it's basically like 4 seasons over the course of 2 years.
That's right. And then they also made a feature film, too, in Technicolor.
Tell us about the Witch's Dungeon and how we can go there and see things tonight.
Well, you can stay out of the rain if you come to the Witch's Dungeon in Bristol, Connecticut. We're at the Bristol Historical Society, 98 Summer Street in Bristol, and you can see original movie props that were actually used in the films as well as makeups. And then we have a wax museum tour that you go through. You see around 20 life-size figures of Vincent Price, Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney, and many more.
I feel
Herman, you're so funny with your goofy smile.
Oh, Lily, you make me laugh.
Oh, Herman, stop that.
All right, tell us a little bit about Fred Gwynne, the main actor, because he had a pretty interesting past.
Yeah, Fred Gwynne, he was really multi-talented because he was also a wonderful illustrator as well. But after the Munsters left the air, it was tough for him to get parts afterward. But one part he really was well known for later. That was in My Cousin Vinny, where he played the judge. Yes.
Yeah, which is really incredible.
And there's one line where he says, "What's a ute?" Because Joe Pesci says, I'm defending these utes.
These utes. That's very fun. And your role, Yvonne DiCarlo, she was a famous movie star.
So she was a movie star. And tell us about this. She ended up taking the Munsters because a tragedy happened in her personal life?
Well, she did huge films like The Ten Commandments.
Yeah, I remember her in The Ten Commandments.
Her husband, unfortunately, was in a horrible accident filming How the West Was Won. Logs fell on top of him.
As a stuntman?
As a stuntman. Wow. And so she had to take on other roles that she normally probably wouldn't have, and one of them was as Lily Munster.
And that obviously became her defining role.
Everybody knows her today because of Lily.
Yeah, exactly, which is just really incredible. So Cortlandt did all of the makeup. It took him, what, half an hour, 45 minutes to transform us?
Something like that.
We didn't give him a lot of time.
We didn't give him a lot of time here, and he was able to do this, which is, we're walking around the newsroom. I could go rob a bank. People wouldn't know who I was. Like literally, Herman Munster.
You're kidding.
Lily, let's go rob a bank. And we promise we're going to go supermarket shopping afterwards in these costumes.
Let's just see what happens. I think that's a whole story. If we just, let's head off to like maybe the West Side Market down the road and get lunch and see what they say.
Which would be incredible. All right, so the Witch's Dungeon, you've been in business for how many? 40?
I started when I was 13 in 1966, so this is the 53rd year.
53rd year. It's the longest running. Tell me about that.
Yeah. The longest running in the whole country, and we've had people from over 28 countries and 40 states.
Sometimes it's more famous for outside Connecticut than even in here. There are people in Bristol who may not know it's there, but people travel from other countries and other states to come see it. You've got stuff from The Exorcist there.
Oh yes, we have an original Exorcist.
Planet of the Apes.
Yes, and close Close Encounters, and several other classic films. that we have.
And
Creature from the
Beautiful
Black Lagoon,
Oh yes, we've even got the prototype that very few people have seen of the creature.
which is just incredible. All right, well, thank you, Grandpa.
Just come
We
here.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Not gonna watch.
No, I don't. Fred, Herman Munster liked to laugh a lot in the.
Yes, he did. So did Grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. So you recently did this, and somebody actually thought you were Al Lewis.
Yeah, we were in the parade, the Mum Festival parade, and someone yelled out, "I thought Al Lewis died."
Exactly, because the makeup is so good.
We're going to post some fun behind-the-scenes photos and everything on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Let us know what you think. But thank you so much, Cortland. You always
you're
do such
very
a good
welcome.
job
We
every
always
year.
have a good
Go
time.
back into the laboratory and
Oh, I've
cook.
got something brewing.
Oh, I'll bet you
Yes.
do.
Bye, Grandpa. We'll see you in a little while.